What's happening, guys? So I'm coming through with another video yet again, and I have some things to say in this topic alone that I never thought to say it this way, but I want to say it now, so that's what I'm going to do. And it just comes down to more truth revolving around this type of a topic. Now, when it comes to like these average people in general, right? It's tough to deal with them sometimes. That's why me personally, I don't like to deal with them. I deal with them the way I want to deal with them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you can't even be real around these people, man. Like, you can't. You can, and obviously there's some people you can, but it's like, there's more people in this world than not that are not down to earth. And I ain't gonna even be real around people that are not down to earth because you can't. Because if you are, it's just going to trigger something inside of them. It's going to piss them off. It's going to anger them or do something or make them bitter. It's what it always does. And I used to like make people this way, but now I avoid that type of stuff because I understand that they're only going to hate you more and more if you try to make them see the truth in a lot of things. And it's not like I fully care about that, but I do care about having negative experiences and situations. I want to avoid that because I don't want to feel that energy. I felt enough of that energy in my life, so I just don't want to deal with it, period. And if you don't want to deal with it, stop being real around these people. Because like I said, you can't. You cannot be real around these people. You cannot be yourself. It's like you're always walking on eggshells. You're always telling them what they want to hear. It's because you know you have to. And this is just currently when you're around them, when you're forced to be in situations with them. Because this is what I do. I would love to be real with these people. Because that's how I am around down to earth people. But with these type of people, you have to act a certain way. If you want to avoid negative experiences. And just so these people know, and I know you guys know this too, but it's like, we can see straight through their bullshit. Like, it's like they think we can't see what they're doing. It's like they don't know that we know that we're like 100 steps ahead. And it's like every single thing they do, every single thing they say, everything that's wrong about them, we know what they're doing. And like I said, they think they're the smarter individual, and that's because you're not coming out and you're not fully being real yourself, because you already know by instincts that you can't. So automatically, this makes them think that you are only on the level that you're on when you're around them. But little do they know, you got a whole other staircase of steps that you're ahead of them on. And they don't know that because you can't act like that, because if you act like that, now they're going to get pissed. Now they're going to take shit out on you. Now they're going to be angry and bitter, and they're not going to go around you anyway. And it's just going to cause negativity. Like I said, it's not going to cause physical conflict because they're spawned as cowards, but it's going to create this negative energy. And I'm just done with it. You know what I mean? I let these individuals, and this is only in the time being when I'm forced to be around them, but I let them believe what they want to believe. I basically tell them what they want to hear, and there's not much else you can do. Like, it's like you have to do that. And that's only when I'm forced to be around them. And it's still kind of truth, but it's not full truth. If you get what I'm saying, you can't just fully be yourself. It's like you're still being like at least half real, but you're not being fully real. Because it's like you dumb things down a little bit so you can kind of blend in a little bit. You're definitely not being fake, you're just not being 100% authentic because it's too much for them to handle. So it's like you dumb yourself down. And I don't know, you guys know what I mean. And this is the way it has to be. You just have to know how to act around certain people. Being a chosen one, being smart. Because if you're around other chosen ones, if you're around, and that's going to be far few and in between. But if you're around more down-to-earth people and stuff like this, you can fully be yourself and they will understand you. You can speak your mind, you can speak your truth, and people are going to hear you out. I just can't stand people that they can't hear the truth, and when they hear it, it does something to them to the point where they can't even act right anymore. They can't even be normal. It's like now they're avoiding conversation, and now they just want to continue to dumb things down and just, I don't know, you know? This really is how it is though, and I don't know why it is this way, but it is. People are just afraid. They're fearful, they're insecure, and I don't like being around those types of people. They have a lot of anger too, built in. And there's nothing you can do. It's like the things they do, the things they say, they get so angry. They're not in control of their emotions. Everybody can get angry, but it's like they can't even control it. I can get angry, but I can control it. I can be furious and I'm still boom. Like I'm controlling it. I could be the angriest person ever. I could be at my most pissed off and I could stop myself and be calm in 1 second. That's how I am. But if I need to use my anger, if I need to use something and intensity, I can bring that out of myself. But I can control that. A lot of these emotionally stunted people, they can't control their own emotions. It gets the best of them. They act out of their emotions. They're not in control. You know what I mean? They cannot help it. If they feel a certain way, they're going to take things out on you or anybody else. They're unable to calm themselves down to realize that their own emotions are playing games on them. You know what I mean? And this is just stuff that I see. This is stuff that I experience with these people. And they're honestly the biggest cowards ever because they're unwilling to grow. They're unwilling to see their faults. They think they're smart. They think they're tough. And they do all these things. And it's all to act superior when they're not superior. There's actually real people in this world with real confidence and real superiority. But it's not these people. They lack everything. And I mean everything they lack. And you cannot deal with them. I just see these people as little kids that did not grow out of high school or junior high or something like this, because that's what they are, and they're grown adults and they still act this way. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing is what it is. And these are the same people that I'm talking about here. You can't be yourself. You can't be 100% authentic, because for one, it's going to scare them. For two, it's going to trigger them. For 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, I could just keep going on and on. But this is what it is. You have to stay away from these types of people. They're the unwillingest to grow. They don't know what growth is. It's too painful. Life is already too much for them to handle. They can't even take any more. And they haven't even started yet. You know what I mean? Like, I was just going to say something else, but I don't think I'll go that far and quite say that. But it's like people really have to, I don't want to come out and say something I was just going to say, but it's like people have to really rethink their lives and question why they're even living. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to pinch yourself. Sometimes you just got to look in the mirror and rethink things. It's the best thing you can do. It's taking accountability. I was just about to question you, why are you even alive if you were like this? But at the same time, I want you to look in the mirror and ask yourself this, because I don't want to be the one that has to ask you this. I don't want to put that type of a thing on top of you, but it's something you have to do. And I'm speaking to these types of people because they need it the most. They need to take accountability the most. They need to grow the most. And every single thing, the whole world is against them. They cannot, you know what I mean? And you have a conversation with them and you know that it's like that. They're negative. They're so negative. They can't grow. They can't read a book. They can't watch a good video on YouTube. They can't do anything. They're just it's like every single thing they're doing is the wrong thing. Every single thing they're doing is the wrong thing. And it's like it would absolutely kill them to humble themselves, to take the right action, to do the right things. And you know what? I look back at my life and I remember the age I got to where I started doing all the right things. And it was history ever since because I kept on that path. And it's not the easiest thing in the very beginning, and it's not going to be for anybody because change is difficult. But there's some people in this blame game where they're taking the stupidest actions you could possibly take ever. And I mean ever. Like, you're probably smoking, you're probably doing drugs, you're probably blaming everybody else. You think you deserve more income, you think this, you think that, and it's absurd. Do you realize what you actually have to do and go through in order to gain a lot better and a lot more in life? I went through every ounce of it. I know what it's like. It's not easy. You're going to go through years and years and years questioning yourself and questioning, are you even doing the right things, and is all the work you're putting in a waste of time? For one, you're working on a different level than everybody. For two, there's year after year after year going by and it feels like you've done nothing. But this is all part of the process. This is what it is. It's a growth game. And I just can't stand to hear these types of people make all these excuses as to why they're not where they want to be at. And they're blaming everybody else. They blame their job. They blame how much income they have. They blame this. They blame that. But they never blame themselves. But yet they're doing drugs and they're not learning, and they're smoking and they're drinking and they're doing all these things, and they're spending money the stupidest way possible. And they're never learning. They're only around people where they come from. You know what I mean? It's these types of people, and these are the same types of people, and this is as average as it gets. But these are the same types of people that you cannot be real with. So that's what I'm trying to explain here. And the chosen ones can see through all of their bullshit. But yet they think they're the man or they're the woman, and they think they know this and they know that. They don't know diddly quack. And they're absolutely nothings. But if you want to be something, you got to start doing the harder things. You got to start learning. And you better start acting and behaving like you're a chosen one. You better start doing the right things. And guys, the chosen one, it's not some fairy tale, just whatever. Like some of you guys on this channel act like that. It's just a term. It's literally just a term. No, Jesus is king. Nobody is Jesus. Nobody is God. The chosen ones is just a term. And I believe it's something almost anybody can bring out of their self if they can just look deep enough within themselves and bring it out. It's like if you're chosen, like you're in your higher power, you're in your highest power. You're at your best for where you are, for where you stand right at this moment. And you only continue to be this way. You cannot slack. You cannot start doing the wrong things and still think you can consider yourself to be chosen, because that's not how it is. You have to be consistent. You have to be on top of your shit. You got to be the best person that you can possibly be for yourself. You have to work your way up the ladder. And that's why it's just funny to hear a lot of these average people go on acting and behaving the way they do and saying the things that they say, because it's absolutely ridiculous. And people like me, people like you, we will see right through their bullshit. They think they're so smart, but we see through it. We're looking through them completely. Like the strength we have compared to what they are, it's a night and day difference. Like our energy like eats theirs away because our aura is so strong compared to theirs. Like they can wither away just like it's nothing so fast, but we're here to stay. You know what I mean? And this is some deep shit, but it's real. I'm telling you. I was a lot weaker than I am once upon a time too in my life. I feel I was never like physically weak in my life, but I was very spiritually weak in my younger days. And that's because of my circumstances, of where I was at with what I was surrounded with. It was I don't feel I was ever necessarily just all in all spiritually weak. I feel current circumstances was draining my spirituality, and it was like making me like that no matter how much I didn't want to be like that. It was like sucking me dry in certain times and places I was in life. And that's when I was more spiritually weak and in a darker place, because of who I was around, what I was forced to be around all the time. And it's like I felt trapped, and it's like I knew I had to get out of that place I was in. And I did everything in my power to do it. I did not make excuses, and I did it. And I knew I was going to before I even did it. That's something about achieving things too, guys. Like you have to know you're going to do it before you even do it. That's what I do with everything. I know I'm going to do it before I even do it. It's like I know results before I even get them, because I'm so strong minded, like on it, so it just comes to pass. And that's why I'm saying you can't make excuses. You can't play the blame game. You can't play the victim game. You can't be that person, because you can do anything you put your mind to. You can do any single thing you want. And it's not like it's not like we're completely bashing these types of people. We're telling the truth. I wouldn't consider it bashing, but it's like it's more so we're telling the truth about who they are. And it might be harsh, and it might be hard to hear, but it's the truth. We want them to get better. We want to continue to get better. We want everybody to get better. Why would we not want that? It would make no sense otherwise. The more better people in this world, the better the world will be. You know what I mean? we try to wake people up, we try to teach lessons, we try to do what we do, and we try to improve ourselves, and we continue on. And that's what it's going to be forever. And that's it. So I'm about to cut this video short. I gotta get to bed. I took like an hour snooze before I did this video, and it was a long day. It's very late right now. I'm gonna post this video in a couple hours, and it'll be the morning. I'm gonna go back to bed. It's ridiculous, guys. Like, it's in the middle of the night right now, and I'm doing this video right now, and I'm gonna go to bed for a couple more hours, and I'm gonna wake up in a couple more hours, and I'm gonna go to work, and I'm gonna build this cottage. We're gonna finish it off, not today, but we're gonna continue the job. It's probably, I'd say 80% done right now, and that's a lot, and it's big. 2-story cottage, and it's big, and it's hard work, and I'm going back at it in like 4 or 5 hours from right now. So the train keeps rolling, we keep going. Ain't nothing stopping the storm, baby. And I'm out of here now with this video, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with some more topics, more fresh topics. And let me know once again how the mic is. New mic. I don't know how many of you guys watched the last 2 videos, but I got a new mic. So let me know how it is, and I'll be back.